Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited about today's video. I am going to be reviewing the KraftGeek music stand. As musicians, we use music stands quite a lot, at least I do. I am constantly reading sheet music, teaching online, teaching in person, using music stands for my students, for violin, for mandolin, and I also take a music stand with me when I travel. I just played a wedding this past weekend and I brought my music stand, having to carry it with all of the other things that I have to bring. So I'm super excited because this music stand has no assembly required and it is foldable, which is so nice. So anyway, I'm going to get to unboxing it and then I'm going to show you some of the pros, some of the cons of the regular music stand that I use, that I have been using, and then the pros and possibly cons to this new music stand. And I'm also playing at a Christmas party tonight and I'm going to try out this music stand and bring it along, see how it functions in a way that I would actually use it, bringing it somewhere to play. So you're gonna want to stay tuned to see what my thoughts are after I have put it to the test. Let's unbox this thing. This is the box. It does come in two colors as well, black and platinum. I have black. So you can buy just the music stand in and of itself, which I will show you how that works and how to use it. But you can also buy an attachable light that goes on the top, super helpful. And then also a holder for a phone, tablet, iPad, any of the above. It does have instructions. Okay, this is how it came. This is how it folds up. And it's not heavy. It's really not that heavy. So that's amazing. I changed angles a little bit just so that you can see this. Twist the bottom and then you just pull down and it extends. Oh, it goes pretty high. That's pretty cool. So there's no screws, no knobs that you have to turn. If you want to raise it up, you literally just pull it up. How cool is that? Okay, cool. Okay, so, I mean, incredibly easy to set up. So I'm just gonna compare. So this is what this one looks like. I know I haven't even tested it out yet, but this is what it looks like. Okay, this is my traditional music stand, right? It's much heavier. This one is very sturdy. We have this adjustable knob here that you turn. We have this knob here. Sometimes it is hard if you've really tightened those screws, they can be a little bit of a challenge to untighten. Pros of this is, one, like I said, it's incredibly sturdy and it can go very tall, very short. The cons for me, depending on how much music you have, sometimes I'll have too much music and it doesn't fit on the stand. I experienced this weekend at the wedding. The wind, especially when you're playing outside, music, especially sheet music like this, you put it on and what does it do? It blows away. And I had a folder, a black folder that had all my music in it and the wind was still blowing those pages everywhere. That's kind of been a bother in the past, especially when you're outside. Wind is always an issue. The other con to this is just bringing it places because it is, like I said, it is kind of heavy and it's just odd, like it's an odd shape to pack. And then also carrying it, if I am, like tonight, going to play at this Christmas party, I'm gonna have this, my violin, probably a violin stand, and my music. So sometimes it gets to be a lot to carry, especially if I had my mandolin as well. I would have to take multiple trips if I was gonna use this. Now this, on the other hand, already so much easier to unfold, to carry, much easier just to adjust the height. Let's test this with some actual music, okay? So yeah, so if you just have sheet music, you're probably gonna wanna use the clips to keep it in place. But the clips are clear, so you're gonna be able to see through them. That's not an issue at all. It would keep your music in place if wind was happening outside. So that is nice. I would not be able to fit a third piece of music on this. There's just there's not room to be able to fit a third, but typically I only have 2 anyway, and really I can pretty much only fit 2, possibly 3 on my other music stand, but 2 is pretty much the max if you want it to stay put. So that's about the same. This is my big black binder that I used at the wedding. I'm going to use it tonight at the Christmas party. It's pretty big, so just for reference, old music stand, as you can see, it's bigger than the actual music stand. And then I have all of my music here. Let's see if it'll fit here. Yes, it does. If I just put it down straight, it is, I have a lot of music in this notebook. And so it is a little bit heavy. It's wanting to lean slightly to the right, but let's see if I move this over a little bit, fixes the problem. Yeah, I mean, it holds the folder, no problem. From the front, so yeah, I do not have it even right now. If I had it even, depends on how the weight is dispersed. I could do it evenly. It really depends on the size of the folder that you have. I do have a smaller binder. This is a pretty big binder, but like at the wedding this past weekend, if I was playing a song and I needed, the wind was blowing the music and I needed to clip it, all I'd have to do is move this over to the left a little bit, undo the clip, clip it there. So that is actually a really nice feature because, like I said, my music was literally blowing all over the place. I had to have someone come and hold it for me for one of the songs because I didn't know it from memory. So this is super helpful. It's gonna keep that in place. Now, I'm not able to clip both sides of the music at one time, but typically wind's only blowing from one side. Let's test a book because I use music books all the time. Yeah, perfect. Works great. I would probably put this behind just, oh, haha, this moves down. I did not realize this. So this little back bar here is adjustable as well. That is super helpful. I would probably move that down because it is lighter. It is gonna, you know, maybe wobble a tiny bit more, but it still feels sturdy and it's gonna be a lot easier to carry and it's a lot lighter. So you kind of get, you know, really heavy and really durable, or a little bit lighter, a little bit less firm, but still very reliable and sturdy. Another book. This feels very sturdy. This is not going anywhere. So we have these clips here. Open it up, clip it there. Same on the other side. That's nice. Says the light. It just screws on right here at the top. It does require 3 AA batteries, or you can plug it in with a charger, which is what I'm gonna do for the time being. With my lights all the way off. It's got a couple different settings, so this is all the way on. This is medium. This is off. Yeah, so the light, it does provide light. I have a couple of students that sometimes have a hard time seeing their music. And so I could see that being super helpful. You could just clip it on the top of your music stand, no issues. If it's dark outside, that'll provide some extra light. If you're playing outside when it's dark, that'll provide some extra light. So yeah, I definitely think that could be very helpful. I also wanted to test out the tripod. So it says that this tripod can be used for iPhones, phones, and tablets. So I would probably be using it for a phone. So that's what I'm going to test out. You can put it in multiple different places. Right now, I have it right here. This does stretch out quite a bit. You had a tablet or something, and then it just goes back in. You can move this, so you can bring it down. Also move it this way. If you are someone that uses your phone for music, or maybe you're using it for a metronome, that'd be super handy. For a tuner, that would also be super handy. Videoing yourself, you could also video yourself from here. Oh, okay, yeah, so I wanted to see that you are now on that KraftGeek stand. I wanted to see what it would be like if I was trying to film a reel for Instagram or a YouTube short or something, and because a lot of times I do these quite often and I have my camera in this vertical angle, and most of the time I have when I'm playing Memrise, but sometimes I have to end up looking at music, and this is perfect. So nice, because you have your stand here for your phone, and then you also have the music right there, and when you're looking at your music, it's right there by the camera. So that's so nice. I will probably be using that, because in the past I've either put it like over here on the side or over to that side, trying to like glance at it without it being too noticeable. So that's nice. I'm going to test this stand out in a real life scenario, how I would actually use it tonight. I am playing violin at a Christmas party, so I'm going to try to take you along, show you my experience. I'm not sure how much footage I'll actually be able to capture, because I'll be busy playing violin and not able to move cameras around and such. But make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video to hear my final thoughts. I'm back with my final thoughts on the KraftGeek music stand. So it is so nice being able to carry it in that case. You can wear it over your shoulder, carry it like that. You can just carry it by the strap. So nice, because in the past I would have had a big bulking music stand, and when it's me just trying to carry everything that I have, that can be very difficult, and it's just harder to travel with, it's harder to store. So 10 out of 10 for that. They nailed the travel aspect of the stand. It performed just like any other music stand would, honestly. I mean, I didn't have any trouble with it. It did everything that it was supposed to do, and it was portable. I was able just to unfold it, set my music up on it, begin playing, and then when I was done, fold it back up, put it in its case, and put it in my car. I think the other thing that I will be using the KraftGeek music stand for is just to store it, maybe in my room or something where I like to practice, and then when I'm ready to practice, I can just take it out, unfold it, put my music up, practice, and then fold it back down, store it out of sight. Because with my old music stand, it's really hard to store that thing. It's just kind of an awkward shape, and you can't really hide it very well. If I was, gonna have it set up in my room or something, it's gonna be very obvious that I have a music stand in my room. Whereas with this, it's super easy, because you can just stick it in the closet, stick it in a corner, maybe even stick it in a drawer or something. No one's gonna know it's there, and then when you're ready to practice, you just whip it out and you're good to go. I think that I will be using this quite a bit, especially if you are a musician that travels a lot, that plays gigs a lot, that practices a lot at home, and maybe you're just constantly moving from place to place, or you would just like a music stand, maybe you live in an apartment or something where you don't just have a ton of extra space. This is super helpful because it doesn't take up nearly as much space as your standard music stand does. For me as well, because I do film quite a lot of videos for you guys, it will be so nice being able to have the music. If I want to cheat a little bit and not have all my music memorized, it'd be really nice to have the stand right there and a tripod. It's a stand and tripod in one, so I can film my videos just like I was showing you guys earlier and look at the music, and y'all probably won't be able to tell. So that is going to be really nice. So with all this being said, you can go buy the KraftGeek music stand with the links in my description. There is a link to their online store. They have a bunch of tripods and stands and things like that. And then there is also an Amazon link. This also would be a great gift for a fellow musician friend. If you know somebody that you think would appreciate this gift, then there you go. Easy musician gift idea. If you use the code EmmaMusic, you will get 15% off your purchase of the item. As I said before, all links will be down in the description below. So yeah, go use that code, get 15% off your music stand. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a really fun video for me to film. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and like this video. It really helps me out. I will see you guys in my next video.